live. Just like that. All right, you guys. So for everybody who's going to catch the playback of this, welcome to my channel. My name is Shay. Shout out to you guys for being here.
I'm telling you all.
Okay. Shout out to you guys for being here. It's
Been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a long time.
It's been a long time. I haven't been on YouTube in about 10 days. And that was 10 days that I needed. But we have a lot to talk about tonight. And I have a testimony for y'all. Hi, Nigel. Hi, Nigel. I missed you guys. I feel like I look really, really pregnant.
Why can I never go in?
What you mean?
Like, I see everybody's chat, so I guess.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Anthony. It's
What's
been
up,
a long
everybody?
time. It's been a long time.
Been a long time since we've been live. You talk about 10 days since you've been on YouTube.
It's been 10 days since I posted on YouTube.
It's been weeks since we've been on here.
Since we've been live?
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
Been weeks. Maybe even a month. I'm telling you.
Now you overdoing it.
See, wife has the habit of having horrible time management. She'll be like, it happened 3 days ago. Like, that happened 3 years ago.
Okay. I'm having a contraction, y'all. Hi, Miss Vicky.
All right, so let's talk about, real quick, let's talk about the pregnancy. How's everything going?
I'm having a contraction.
I don't have you on here, but I have everybody's chat, so just go with that.
Okay. So, the pregnancy.
Well, obviously, the contractions are coming very...
Yeah. These Braxton
often.
Hicks are really pow, giving me a run for my money.
Right.
I feel like I look really, really pregnant right now. But, yeah. So, I'm humongous. I don't know if you guys can see, but I am. And, you know, it's just exhausting. But I'm excited.
We got the crib up. We
were blessed
all
with the crib. We were blessed with the crib like 2 days. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yesterday.
Right, there you go, or so.
Yep. So again, like we haven't had to buy this baby anything. And a stroller.
We haven't had to buy nothing.
Yeah. Only stuff we want, really.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, yeah. So we have so much to talk about, y'all. So a few of those things. Okay, I have a testimony, right? And I want to encourage you guys. This is for encouragement for somebody who is like, okay, God, I need answers. And if you feel like you've been praying, keep praying. Keep being faithful. Keep on believing God and taking him at his word, because he is not a man that he shall lie. Nor is he the son of man. That means human. He's not human. That he shall ever have to repent. Okay, so I'm going to share that testimony with you guys. And then we're going to talk about this wealth transfer. Husband doesn't even know about this. There is a new batch of, I won't even call these people false prophets or anything. There is a new batch of liars. Mm-hmm. And I said what I said. Okay? These people lie so blatantly.
Well, how is that different than what's been going on? Like what?
It's not different, but there's a new batch, and it's irritating me.
Well, there's always going to be a new. Every day, a handful are born.
That's so true, but it's, you know, it's crazy watching it unfold. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why it's irritating me. Somebody's been sending me these emails, and they've been sending me these videos of these people talking about wealth transfers and how God said,
oh,
you know they love that.
Yeah, that's the go-to.
You know they love the God said.
It's either God said, I had a dream. They're good with that one. God told me to tell you.
No. She had a vision.
Oh, vision. Yeah, those are the next great ones.
She had a vision. This particular girl. And I made a video about her recently. And every single time I make a video about somebody.
Is this the werewolf girl?
This is the werewolf girl.
Of course.
Hold on, wait. It's not just her, though. Oh. There's a new batch of them, like, cooking up. Like, it's a new batch of cookies in the oven. But new batch of liars in the oven.
Here's the thing. If you go on YouTube, okay, and you look at the people that make content, the people that say the craziest, wildest things are the people that have the most eyes
Views.
on them.
Absolutely.
And okay, so but within that, you don't make any. Listen, everybody, if you think there's like some, I know everybody sees like the Jake Pauls of the world and things like that on
Yeah.
YouTube, and you
And
think
think
that there's just this ton of money that
on
just
YouTube.
flows from YouTube. It doesn't.
It isn't.
Okay.
I make nothing off
At
of
all.
YouTube. Yeah.
Like, if she makes something, if it's like $20.
No, I'd be like 100.
Okay.
That's
well,
it.
yeah, but not.
And
not,
I end up giving it away.
But no, you're saying this wrong. It's not it's 100 that compiled over a couple of months.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't give you any money until it's at $100, and
Yep.
then they deposit
And then
it.
they give it to you.
So in reality, it's like what I said.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, they paint this picture as if there's tons of money on YouTube. There's not.
It's not.
And if you look, the people that make the most money, the Jake Pauls, all the people with the big views, they have corporate sponsorship and ad reads and things like that. That's where the money really comes in. You don't if you don't see these people that have all these subscribers doing ad reads and things like that, then 9 times out of 10 they're speaking craziness.
Yep.
Because companies don't want to attach themselves to crazy people. And so if next time you're sitting down and you're watching somebody that has a ton of views or a ton of subscribers, take a look at if they're peddling any wares.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like it's necessary to bring up the fact that there's a new batch of liars. Like, I don't want people, especially people that I love and care about that show up on this channel to, be deceived at all by any of this crap, because it's crap.
Yeah.
And I said what I said.
Yeah.
I can't even believe, and y'all know I'm about to name drop. I don't care about none of that. Like, if you can blatantly lie like that, then you could get called out on it, period. So, well, since we're here, I might as well
But here's the
start.
crazy thing. When you call them out, they go, "What?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're a hater."
Yep, that's what
Like,
I get.
huh?
Every time I make a video about somebody, oh, you're a hater. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But it's literally common sense stuff.
But you have to feel bad for those people that do that, because they want it to be real so bad.
Yeah.
They just want something to believe. And the problem is the people that are lying, they're feeding on that.
They're giving them something to believe. And it's a lie.
Yeah.
Okay? So we might as well just get into this real quick. Again, I haven't even shared this with you.
Okay.
I haven't sent you any of the videos.
Well, I'm excited.
It's crazy.
I'm excited.
So initially this started with someone named Jalen Wilson. Okay? Jalen Wilson got on, I don't know, YouTube. He went live or something like that. He made a video. There's a video of him, and he's talking about how God is going to start doing a wealth transfer.
I hope he decides to drop some off over here.
And this wealth transfer, it's the wealth of the wicked. It's coming over into your bank account.
Oh.
And you're going to just, have this grandiose wealth transfer. And you'll no longer be in poverty and struggling and all of these things.
Ugh.
Now, I'm just so sick and tired. Y'all need to go watch this. I'm going to try to clip this piece out and put the link so that people can actually go watch it.
I wouldn't, because you know what? The more views you give it, the more
Yeah, it's
attention
ridiculousness.
it gets,
It's so ridiculous. And I'm just like, since when do people relate God to money? Like,
well, the
there's
two
God.
have always gone hand in hand.
Like, that's true. There's God, and then there's money. There is the Most High, that's God himself. And then there's money that can become your God. And these people clearly worship
Let me ask you a question. Was God a rich man when he was on earth?
Who, Jesus?
Jesus,
No.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Not at
Sorry.
all.
No. So why, I don't understand how I get it, I do. But I don't understand how the two became married to each other.
how they correlate. In fact, he went a step further and told y'all, do not make my father's house a den of thieves.
Right.
So now, not only are these people talking about wealth transfers and it's so blatant on YouTube and all of this stuff, but you actually have people believing this, that God is equivalent to money and money is equivalent to God, and you know, it's just gonna fall out of the sky. Like, that's not how God works.
No.
First of all, you gotta work.
First of all, if you were given any money, do you know how fast you would blow through it?
Yeah.
Anything that's ever given to you, think about it. And everybody think about this. Because we've all had a situation where something has been given to you.
Yep.
And it could have been a toy.
You didn't take care
it
of
could have been, and you didn't care about it for real.
Yep.
You didn't sit there and say, I'm going to make sure I don't break this, or I don't blow this money, you don't. So why would they think that God would just say, here's a ton of money?
Yeah, what? That's not how God operates. And it's like, it's so many people that are believing this. And that's what's bothering me. So there's Jalen Wilson and Ashley Wilson. I'm not sure if these people are married. I don't know them. I didn't even really watch the video, but I know that it's there. I know that that's what happened. I just saw a small clip, and then there was, the Ashley Wilson person. And she, light-skinned girl, and she was, explaining.
Is that the werewolf one?
No.
Okay.
She was explaining, like, oh, if this comes to pass, or like, she was basically saying,
hedging
like,
her bet.
Yeah, like, if it doesn't happen, this is what Jalen said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what he said. So if it does happen, then I'm backing it up.
Yeah.
So she, like, y'all, people play all day with God. And one thing I do not do, listen, I'm a sinner, I fall short. But one thing I don't play with is God and what God said. That is a dangerous game. And that's the game that these people play. So then, on top of that, I got those 2 emails about those videos. Mm-hmm. Then here comes Camille Hendrick. Did I not just make a video about her? Camille Hendrick. I made a video about her. And it wasn't even about her. It was just like about what she said. Right. And what she said about the werewolves. Yeah. And how God showed her or told her that werewolves were fallen angels. And first of all, a fallen angel is a demon, okay? Demons possess people. Demons possess animals. Demons possess, beings. They don't possess mythical creatures. So common sense says, God didn't tell you that, sis.
But then you got these people that jump in your comments and go, well, how do you know that werewolves... How do you know they're not real?
Have you ever seen one?
Just because you haven't seen one doesn't mean they don't exist.
Right.
Like, I'm sitting here arguing with a lady about, like...
Yeah. And then that's the crazy that I have to deal with, because what you are literally believing, this false nonsense, is not true.
Right.
So now I have to deal with you. Right. Like, it's crazy. So... not only is she talking crazy about werewolves and every single day God gave her a vision and a dream.
She's the most visionist person ever.
Listen, she is the most anointed.
Like, yeah. She has a straight hotline to God.
Because listen, even prophets in the Bible, they would hear a direction from God. God would give an instruction. And then there was a distance between when God would answer. You understand that? And this is God's chosen prophets. Right. That's how God operates. He still does. He never changed his formula. Like, Jeremiah would pray for something, and then God wouldn't give an answer for a couple weeks, couple days. Mm-hmm. That's how he works, right? Right. So here Camille is every single day. God showed me.
Right.
God gave me a vision.
Yeah.
God gave me a dream.
And if you don't agree with me, you're a hater.
Yeah. I'm a crab in a barrel.
Crab in a barrel.
Because remember, she made a video about that.
Crab in a barrel.
Okay, so not only did she do all of that crazy stuff, she's jumped on this wealth transfer thing.
Of course.
And it's mind-boggling. And people, y'all not scared of hell or
No,
like
and,
y'all
and
not
this goes
scared?
back to the things I used to say about people. They don't believe in hell.
They don't believe in
They
what they
don't
even
believe in
talking
any of
about.
this real. This is nothing but a money thing. They figured out I can do this God thing and scam everyone and not go to jail. I don't have to do PPP loans. I don't have to do credit card fraud. I don't have to do any of
You
that.
gotta
This
be a
is
scammer.
totally legit. And I can sit here and I can scam every last one of these people. And the sad thing is, there are
The
many
people let
people that line up for it.
They love it.
And all you can do really is just shake your head.
Right. And then the thing is what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. Dang it. But I guess it wasn't meant to be said at this moment. It'll come back to me. But, it's just honestly ridiculous. And then when she was talking about this wealth transfer, she was live and she had 157,000 views. Now, I don't know if she's buying views or whatever.
Yeah, more than likely. There's
But
some views being bought in there.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're leading people astray.
Right.
If I'm blown away.
Yeah.
And this is all the crazy stuff that's been happening while I've been gone. So yeah, money transfers, wealth transfers. So that's the new thing. It's trendy on YouTube.
Of course.
And I'm floored. I'm
not.
Because people just lie. How you lie like that?
There are many.
How do you lie on God like that?
Listen, I could sit here and we could do the exact same thing. God told me. Listen, y'all.
God said.
I'm going to do one right now. Listen, everybody. I got something really important to tell you. I was laying in bed last night with my eyes closed.
He woke me up.
And no.
He woke you up?
No,
Oh.
did not. He did not wait. He came to me in a dream. A dream vessel.
Say it.
Okay? And while I was laying there, I had unicorns running across me and rainbows. And guess what happened? God told me to tell all of you to send me all your money. Right now. And if you don't, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Because you the leprechaun at the end of the
And,
end of the rainbow.
Oh, and God said the Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year.
You know what?
I'm telling you.
See, because this
God
is how,
told me that.
But this is how they pull it out of their butts. I hate to say that like that, but it's literally just like made up.
No, well, what did it? No,
Y'all making this up.
what it is it's made up, but it's well thought out. Like they'll sit there and they know the key words to plug in to say
Wealth transfer.
this, and that.
Yeah.
To get people, like all you have to do is prey on people that are poor.
Yep.
Poor people, I hate to say it, will do
Anything to not be poor.
to not be poor.
And then you know what's crazy and contradictory is because the Bible says that poor people are God's people.
The people
So you gonna have to struggle in this life.
with money.
Wait a minute. You're going to have to struggle in this life. You're going to have to go through trials. You're going to have to understand what it feels like to be broke.
Yep.
You're going to have to understand what it's like to be broken. There's nothing like a struggle when you're going through a struggle and it's money related. You want to know why? Because you have bills, you have kids, you have priorities, you have things that you have going on in your life. And you know that if your livelihood is messed up,
Yep.
you know that you have to get at the feet of Jesus so he can fix it. And that is where the breaking occurs. That is where you really find out who God is. That is where you find out how strong you really are. That is where you find out who God is in those broken times and in those broke moments. And everybody trying to be wealthy. But at the end of the day, it says it's very rare. What does the Bible say? A camel in a needle's eye.
Yep.
If a
Harder
rich,
to get into heaven.
thank you, say it.
You got it.
If why didn't you finish?
Oh, I didn't know you wanted me to.
It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to get into heaven. So while these people talking about wealth transfers, y'all have to remember the word of God. Like God didn't say that.
Listen, you know who's God? You know what God looks like to these people? God is wearing some Yeezys He's got some Balenciaga on. That's whose God this is.
Yeah.
Like that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
He's got, some dreadlocks with some gold weaved in them. Mm-hmm. He's got the Balenciagas, he's got some Yeezys. He's wearing some Beats headphones.
What about the tailor-made suits?
Oh, yep.
The
Gucci
tailor-made
suits.
Gucci suits.
Yep, those. Versace glasses.
And this is the thing, like, it's nothing wrong with having nice things. There's nothing wrong with having designer.
I love nice things.
It's nothing wrong with having designer items and designer bags. You know that's my thing.
Yeah. Yes.
But at the end of the day, we've worked for everything we have.
Listen, have you guys ever once seen her wear any design? You know that she puts her bag away and won't take pictures with it on purpose? Like she'll take, like there's certain things that she has that she tries to not even put on camera, or she'll change some clothes before she gets on here and just puts on a t-shirt or something, just because this isn't what that's about.
Exactly. I won't. I got rid of social media for that very reason. I could flex. I could have tons of followers and, flashing and all. For what? For what? I used to. I'm just going to be honest. I did. And
there's been times where I've gotten her some very nice things and got mad. Like, yo, listen.
And it's not that I don't wear them. I wear them. I'm just not going to show people and flaunt it. For what? Like,
right.
But I will show, Megan and Franny if I look cute.
Right.
But beyond that, I don't show anybody anything.
Right.
Because it's not about that. I don't want anybody to ever be envious.
Yep.
You don't know what I had to go through.
Right.
You don't know how I struggled.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You don't want to be broken how I was broken.
Right.
You don't want to be broke how I was broke.
You don't know what I really paid for this.
You don't
Gucci
know
bag.
what I paid.
Right.
In tears and heartache
Yep.
and heartbreak and all of these things. And, I'm just so sick and tired of this whole money thing. Like, I told myself, I said, you know what, self? We're going to talk about this wealth transfer, but we're going to take flesh out of it. Mm-hmm. I told myself, God, we're going to have to take the flesh out of it because my flesh says bleep, blah, bleep, blah, 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 bleep, blah, 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 bleep, blah, blah. But I can't get on here and say, anything crazy about Jalen, Ashley, or Camille.
Right.
All I can say is that they're wrong.
Yep.
I can't say anything beyond that because then I'd be held accountable. No, you're not. Then I'd be held accountable. What I think and how I feel doesn't matter. The thing is with these three people who are blatantly lying, they need to repent.
See,
and turn away from their wicked ways because I am blown away at the amount of people that listen to this crap and that they're leading astray.
I'm not. There's so many people that will do anything for money. They think that money is the end-all, be-all. Mm-hmm. And I got to get out of this situation. I got to get out of it by any means necessary. So if I have to sit here and listen to her tell me that money's going to fall out of the sky, I'm going to believe every bit of it.
Wow.
I'm going to make it so real that it's going to happen to me. Mm-hmm. Because you know what? Speak it into the universe.
Yep. I'm going to manifest this wealth.
I'm going to manifest it.
Not realizing...
First of all, do you realize that if money just showed up in your bank account, you spent it, you are committing a felony? That's not your money.
Right.
Like, listen, the courts don't care what God said.
Okay.
You are going to jail. Please don't spend that money. Yeah. Listen, that money pops up in your bank account, you call your bank and go, hey, listen, I think you messed up.
Yep.
Because you start spending that money, I promise you the police are going to be at your door.
Yep.
They have all your information.
You going down.
Listen, the bank has all your stuff. All they got to do is say, yep, they live here and they're on their way.
Mm-hmm. Listen, and again, why do y'all want wealth so bad? Because y'all want people to envy y'all life. That's what it is. You want the status. You want people to envy you. You want to have a following. You want attention. All of these things I don't care nothing about.
And do you know what comes with the envy? What comes with the envy is now you will do anything to keep it.
Yep.
Anything. It doesn't matter. You will sell your soul.
People love
to
attention.
make sure that you don't lose this.
They love attention so much. And you know what? Again, like with me and YouTube, we have like a, you know how we have like,
Yep.
what is it? Like a love-hate type thing.
Yep.
I don't like attention.
Right.
I didn't have a big wedding because I don't like attention. I keep my business private because I don't like attention. You know what I mean? Move 45 minutes away because I don't like attention. I got rid of social media. I don't like attention. But I'm here because I'm being obedient. And I know that it's time. I knew for a fact that it was time when I watched those videos to get back on YouTube. I'm like, okay, I've been nesting. I've been getting the house together, putting up cribs and putting this together, getting this.
She's been driving
I
me
have
nuts.
been doing so much.
She has been walking around this house,
Finding
picking out
stuff to do.
everything to do, and then going, I'm gonna do, and then say, husband, can you come help me? Like, listen, you aren't doing anything. I'm doing it. You're standing there watching me.
But listen,
You don't
I
know
can't
what
even
to
say nothing. But you know what? I have been doing so much nesting and getting things together and all of this stuff. You made me lose my train of thought.
Listen, you don't think, Megan, you don't think I have said 1,000 times that she needs, I have yelled at her repeatedly to go sit down. Sometimes out of aggravation.
She said that's where River get
If
it
you
from.
don't sit down and leave me alone. I've even tried to get her into TV shows and stuff. Hey, wife, you know what? You need to watch this show. Telling you, great show.
Yep.
There's 8 seasons of it.
I'm like, okay, put
And
it
she'll
on.
go, okay, put it on. And while we're watching it, we can do this.
Yep, we can move the bed around. We
Right.
clean the closet out.
Husband, what do you think if we move the TV? You mean I'm going to have to take the TV down off the wall, move it to another wall, fix the holes in this wall, put new holes in that wall?
I said that yesterday. That's
Are
why
you
it's
out
so
of
funny.
your mind?
That's why it's so funny because I'm like, you need to take this TV down, put it over there. He's like, no, we are not doing that.
Absolutely not.
And I'm like, why not? Like, I don't see a problem.
Yeah. What do you mean, no? No. It's like it's a foreign word. No, N-O. No.
I'm like, husband, but we need to.
But we could take that TV, put it on the other wall. Then we could take our bed, put it on the wall where the TV is now. And guess who's going to be doing all of it while she's standing there watching me?
Oh my gosh, I'm cracking up because this is really how I've been. But you know what? This is what I was saying. Like, I've been nesting and getting things together.
I looked at her the other day. I was like, don't you need to make a YouTube video?
Yep. But I knew that it was time to get back on YouTube. Seriously, when I seen all of these videos of people just lying and lying and lying. And ain't nobody calling them out on it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to get back on. Because people going crazy.
There's 2 things in this world I hate
It's
more
like
than anything.
It's these people.
It's bullying and this.
Yeah, it's like it's these people that lie on God, and then there's me.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Like, first of all, I want to see you go to heaven. That's one. Jalen, Ashley, Camille. I want to see y'all go to heaven. Okay? I want to see y'all
I just don't want to
free.
see people get robbed.
I want to see, yes. I want to see God's sheep progressing in a way that's not a lie.
You got pastors out here challenging comedians to $1 million boxing matches.
I mean, like, what is happening in the
like-
world? Everything is crazy. Like, what is happening for real?
It is wild out
so
here.
you telling me, Bishop, that you want to fight DL Hughley?
No, him and his team got $1 million right now.
And again, like, this is crazy.
Listen, if you got $1 million, you and your team got $1 million right now.
You doing
need to
something
be-
wrong.
Yeah, you need to be getting out there and helping the people that are in your congregation.
Thank
What
you.
about the people living in the projects?
Hello.
What about the people with no car?
Thank
What about
you.
the lady you robbed for her mortgage money, promising her to get her a house? Pay her back first. Like, what about all the clothes you got in your closet? How about selling some of those and helping out people? Like, listen, money is not meant, you get to a certain point. I've had a lot of money, and you get to a point where there's nothing else to get.
Yep. You done
Nothing
had
else
everything.
to do.
You done
You
bought
don't
everything.
know what else to do. So why not help people around you?
and then you self-destruct. And this is the thing, like, again, with this wealth transfer, the wealthy man didn't make it into Abraham's bosom.
Yeah. Yeah.
The poor man did. The one eating the breadcrumbs that fell on the floor. That is who made it into Abraham's bosom. Not the rich man. Okay? The
Right.
rich man went to hell.
Yeah.
And he said, listen, it's so hot down here. Please let me go warn my family members to do right and not come here.
Yeah. And what you feel so much better when you do for others.
Right. And again, let's talk about this again. Let's talk about this. So, I have been giving as long as I can remember. And because of that, this baby in my womb has wanted for nothing. Again, like all of those seeds that were planted,
Yeah.
they spring forth in unexpected ways.
Yeah.
And don't ever let somebody tell you, that God is not real and so on and so forth.
And it'll never be in the way you want it to be or you think it's supposed to be.
And it's never going to come back the way you gave it.
Or when you want it to come.
That's the thing. So, should I give this testimony now?
Go ahead.
So, do you want to start?
So, do you guys remember?
You don't have to
No,
say
I'm
No.
glossing.
Okay, gloss away.
Okay, so you guys remember a while ago when summer first started, I said we took one of the biggest losses that we took in our business in a very long time. We took a very large loss. And we came on the day that we took the loss, and we told you guys, and I was honest about it. I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I don't know how this is all gonna work out. But I do know that when we take a step backwards, we always spring forward.
100%.
So for the last 2.5 months, I have been every day, first grinding. Like going and going and going and going and going and working and working and working with no progress to show for it. It felt like nothing.
Somebody needs this. Y'all listen.
So it just never, the more I did, the less it seemed to matter. And no money was really being made. Nothing was coming in. No, nothing. We were living on, old money and, spending everything. And I just kept going. I didn't stop. I got frustrated. I got aggravated at times.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to go into that deep.
But I never really stopped because I can't.
No, you can't.
And yesterday...
Wait, can I chime in?
Yep.
So the whole time, after our big loss, right? It wasn't even like a loss. It was more like a repositioning. Let's say that. Because when you're going through something, it feels like it's a loss. It's not really a loss. It's repositioning. There's a transition happening. And you have to determine what that transition is. You know what I mean? You have to navigate if that transition is going to make you or break you.
Yep.
And in this instance, I saw my husband literally working to not allow that to break us. Okay? And he literally made us. Like, he advanced us in that time. And the whole time that it happened, I have been praying day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. I just want to express how much I prayed, and I'm just like, I don't have nothing else to do. I'm just gonna pray. That's it.
This is what a marriage should be. One should be doing the work, and the other one should be doing the praying.
100%.
Like, one should be putting in the physical labor, the other one should be putting in the spiritual labor.
Hello.
Because it's very, and not saying you can't do both, and I'm only speaking to married people right now, but it's
those who want to be married. Take a note.
It's very hard to do both. It's very hard to put in the work and put in the spiritual time, because the spiritual time for real takes up for real time. And that for real time that you're spending doing that could be better served doing the physical labor. So even if your husband, and I'm speaking to the husband, I'm speaking to the wives right now, because a lot of men do this or are like this. Even if the husband fully doesn't believe in any of the things you believe in, even if he, he's on the borderline with it, I believe in God, but I don't do anything else. I don't pray. I don't go to church. Nothing. But I believe in God. You don't even need to be telling them you're doing it. You're praying.
Yeah.
Just do it for them.
Absolutely.
Put the work in for him.
Right.
And then when it turns out that things turn in his favor, then you can let him know, hey, while you are doing this, I was doing that.
Right.
So you both are working in tandem.
Because again, that's what a marriage is. It's a balance.
You can't expect one person to do everything. And that goes for the husband and the wife.
So, and this is why it's so important for wives, right? Because you give a woman a relationship with Christ, and she can move a mountain that you cannot.
Right. Absolutely.
I want y'all to understand that. And also, husbands, if you don't do right, or, men who want to be married or desire to be married, or you engaged, I don't know. But also, you can hinder your own blessing by how you treat your wife. Did you know that?
I've heard it a bazillion times.
No, you haven't. I don't even say it a lot.
No.
I say that a lot?
Yes.
Oh, well, treat me right. I don't say that a lot. But anyways, you can hinder your blessing based upon how you treat your wife as the weaker vessel. That's what the Bible says. Okay, that's Bible scripture. And God, he don't play about his word. If that's what you're doing, you need to clean it up, fix it, straighten it out, whatever. But again, a wife's job, listen, is so important to hold down the spiritual aspect of your marriage.
I don't even have to ask anymore.
For what?
If you're praying about the situation, or I know you are.
Yeah, you used to ask me. I'm like, what? Of course I am. But as a wife, you can hold down. You can be the bridge that moves that mountain. And I literally, today, seen a mountain move.
Yesterday. Yeah, it started yesterday.
Well, it started yesterday, but today.
So wait, let me get to it. Today it broke. So listen, let's go back. Working with nothing nothing was happening. I'm like, I've never worked this much and got nothing out of it ever. So I have nothing else to do but just keep going, because this has got to lead somewhere. Like all this work, the one thing I've learned over everything is something always comes out of working hard.
Absolutely.
No matter what it is, something always comes out of it.
And it ain't going to be a wealth transfer.
So we had a doctor's appointment, right? And it was never a wealth, anybody handing me anything.
Yeah, no, that's not how God works.
We had a doctor's appointment yesterday for a sonogram. We went to the sonogram, and wife was hungry, so we stopped and got her some fast food. Well, we're sitting there. Because while we're sitting there, and I'm just my phone went off, and there was an email out of the blue for no reason, because I was not trying to get into any other situations. No, nothing. I was minding my own business. That business that we lost, that huge amount of money that we've lost, came back out of nowhere for no reason.
Just like that.
I didn't email. Nothing.
Now, when I got that news today.
So they asked me to do a couple of things. I did them, and I didn't hear anything back. I honestly just thought nothing of it. I'm like, this isn't going to happen. Like, it's not. And this morning at 9:30, 10 o'clock, they emailed me back and said, okay, we're in. but let's move ahead. Let's do it. And boom, there it was.
And in that moment, when he told me, it was exactly what I needed. I'm going to try not to cry. I know I'm a crybaby. But it was exactly what I needed, because sometimes you have to be honest. You have to be honest with God. When I say, again, this is how God works. And I don't like when people play with God. You know what I mean? Because when you pray for something and you're expecting God to move on your behalf, it's not going to happen when you want it.
Nope.
It's not going to happen just like this.
It was months.
Months of praying,
With
getting
a
no
baby
answer.
on the way.
Praying, getting no answer. And the whole time I was in my prayer, and I'm like, God, I'm weary and well doing. Sometimes you got to just be honest with God. He already knows. I'm like, God, I'm weary and well doing. I know that you can do this. Like, I don't question that. My thing is, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you moving this? And in that whole thing, I learned patience. I had to be reminded, because it's people like this coming up.
Yep.
It's people like these three people
Yep.
who don't understand who God is. So again, everything in my life, I have to go through. I have to go through. So when it's people like these three people who talking about wealth transfers falling out the sky, I can truly say you're lying out the skin of your teeth, because that's not how God works. Ain't no wealth transfer. You gonna wait on God.
Yep.
That's it. You know what I mean? So again, when I get on here, please understand that I'm going through. I've gone through.
Yep.
I've gone through in order to tell these people, you's a lie.
Yep.
You're lying. Okay? And so that was what I needed today. And it all just worked together. And then it broke. And the whole time, yes, I was weary. Pregnant, big, humongous, feeling like I can't sleep. I just can't turn, can't get comfortable. And the whole time, I never lost my faith. My faith has never wavered. And that's sometimes frustrating. When you know God, and you know what he can do, and you know he can move something, and you know he can make it happen, and he's not making it happen when you want him to, but you still have your faith, it's hard.
Yep.
It's like, okay, I just have to wait. But I always knew that he was going to come through. Period. I didn't know how, but I knew.
And you put that, when you put your prayer, when prayer's put in and then the work is put in, you can't lose.
Absolutely. And then on top of it, God is not a man that he shall lie.
Don't think that just one thing, you have to do both.
Absolutely.
You have to pray, and then you have to work. There is no, they both go hand in hand. You have to pray. And my wife does the praying in this family for everyone. And I do the work for everyone. And that is the relationship that we have. And it took us a long time to figure it out.
Our formula.
Yeah, like it wasn't always like this. We had to learn. And then I would have to ask, hey, or say, I would say, hey, can you pray about this? Because I got something coming up that we got to figure out. So, while you're praying about it, I'm going to try to put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been afraid, and you can't be afraid either, to get your hands dirty. Spiritually and physically. And when I tell you there was zero reason for this company to turn around, come back to us. None.
And it was actually no reason why they did it in the first place.
No reason why they even left to begin with. I was like, what?
Yep. There was no reason for it. And again, when God wants me to speak on a thing, I have to go through it. I have to go through it. I have to experience it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so we got hit in our finances only to find out that people are talking about wealth transfers.
Yep. And wait,
You know what I mean? Like,
but not just so. I kind of have the reasoning of why it all happened. See, God does things with us, and we never understand why it goes down until
it
later
happens.
on, and we can sit back and go, oh, okay, well that happened for this, and that to go through. So I'm glad we went through that tough time because man, if we didn't, we wouldn't have the things we have now. So while that happened, I put in all this work and built a new structure for us to be able to never be impacted if anything like that ever happens again. So I put in a whole bunch of different things in our business that we didn't have before.
you put that work in.
Yep. I did some things and moved some things around and tried new stuff that I never had done before because I didn't have the time while I was working out with this one business. That one business took all of my attention and all of my focus.
Yep.
So without that business, it freed up time for me to do other things that I knew I was supposed to do.
Yep.
I just
but you
couldn't.
just didn't do it. Yep.
I couldn't because all my time. And then if I took the time away from my family to put into the business, my family life would suffer. And the one thing I learned is that my family has to always come first. When my son comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I want to play catch," I drop everything to make sure that I go out there and play catch with him because my family needs to know that Dad is a rock. Whenever I need anything, he's right there. When my wife comes and says, "Hey, husband, I need some help," or "Can you do this or can you do that?" I can't tell them, "Sorry, guys, I'm building a new situation here. I can't rock with you right now." Because that's not what a man of the house should do. So with that business gone, it allowed me to focus in on things to make sure this never happened again. So now if this business decides to pick up and take its business elsewhere again,
You'll be fine.
we'll be okay. We'll be all right. And there's extra other incomes coming in from other places that we didn't have before. So it'll pay off in the long run. So I'm thankful for the couple of months that we struggled. I mean, and to be honest, it could have been worse.
It could have been so much worse.
I mean, it could.
But we were sustained that whole time. You know, like, again, we were in an uncomfortable place.
Yeah. Nobody missed meals.
Yeah.
No utilities
all.
got cut off.
Okay.
Like nothing.
Yeah. So it could have been so much worse. And God sustained us that whole time. He showed favor that whole time. People still showed up with baby stuff that whole time. And I knew that he was hearing me. The Bible says, "I have never seen the righteous forsaken." This is why I tell y'all, being righteous is not, "Oh, I'm just so holy. I'm holier than thou." That's not what it is. It's saying, I am so flawed, but I'm choosing to do right by God.
Right. Listen, everybody, I've never said that I am a 100% sinner.
We all are.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, when you be righteous, it's not, "Oh, I'm just walking around, my hair covered up. I'm just walking around in my all white." That's not what being righteous is.
Right,
It's like, okay, I could throw down right now, but I'm not gonna. I could drink this whole bottle of vodka, okay, but I'm not. You know what I mean? It's saying I could, I don't know, go have sex right now, but I'm not. Righteous. Stay in right standing with God. That's what it is. And when you're righteous, the Bible says, "I have never seen the righteous forsaken."
Yeah.
Nor his seed begging bread. So whatever it is that you need, God is there to supply that. We have to learn how to be faithful.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to be patient.
Yeah.
So.
And patience is the key.
Right.
Like, there's so many. Listen, things aren't microwavable
No.
in life. Sometimes things take time to if everything just fell out of the sky whenever you asked for it, you would literally get nowhere personally.
You have spiritual diabetes. You just be
Yeah,
feeding
you
yourself.
would never learn anything.
right.
Like the lessons come within the struggle, the hard times, the not knowing, the even not hard times, just the not knowing.
Not knowing can drive you up a wall. It literally drove me up a wall. And I see a lot of comments that are talking about, how tears have to be your prayer at times. And that's true. It's so many times where I couldn't say a word, but my heart was speaking.
Yeah.
God knew exactly what I was saying in that moment. And because he knows you.
Right.
He knows us, And so it's those times where your tears are speaking for you. Those are the times where you know that God is real.
Yep.
You know that you can't play with him.
Yep.
You know that he is, got your back. You know that he is gracious towards you. You know that he is faithful towards you or to you.
Yep.
And when I got that news today, what you told me, and I just couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop crying, not because of, money or earthly possessions or any of that, but because he's faithful. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to move the mountain, but you did.
Yep.
You didn't have to hear my cry, but you did.
Yep.
You didn't have to see us through this, but you did.
Yep.
You don't have to keep blessing us with baby stuff this whole time, but you did. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to show favor with our mortgage person again,
yep,
but you did.
Yep.
Like, it's been so much favor this whole time, Sometimes we get so focused on where we want to be that we don't focus on, oh my gosh, there's so much favor right where I am.
Yep.
So.
That's our problem. We don't look at and it's all of us. It's every human being on the planet.
Absolutely.
We take for granted the things that we have. And we're so busy looking forward at the things we want or looking next to us at what the next person has that we're not taking the time out to say, you know what? I am so grateful for the things that were given to me. I am so grateful for the fact that I learned a lesson.
A clean bill of health.
Yeah, I'm so grateful I woke up today.
That you could see with your eyes. Because some people can't.
No.
Some people alive.
Yeah.
Can't see.
Right.
Some people are alive, can't hear.
Listen, do you realize that things could always be so much worse than what your worst situation is? Mm-hmm. Always. Mm-hmm. There are little kids right now
battling
stuck
cancer.
in a diamond mine.
Oh my gosh.
Being beaten, held against their will. Modern day slavery, because it goes on every single day.
Yep.
In
sex trafficking.
For your cell phones that we're all sitting here using right this second, for our TVs, there's gold lithium deposits. That is the new trend. That literally there are slaves that have used that. They have dug things out of the ground to put into your phone. It goes on daily.
And they abuse those kids.
They
barely feed them.
They
barely feed
murder
them.
Murder them. They keep them just
alive enough.
Alive enough to get the lithium out of the ground. If you guys don't believe me, Google right now, lithium in slavery. And take a look at what you find. And it's in every last one of these phones that we're all sitting here using right now.
Or what about the fact that somebody, a young lady in her 20s was beheaded today in the middle of the street.
Middle of the street.
In the middle of the street. In broad daylight. Beheaded.
So that... Listen, ladies, if you are dating somebody and you think they're a little bit crazy or a little bit off, leave.
Let it go.
Leave.
Please
don't
let
think you can change them.
No.
Don't do none of that stuff.
No.
Just go.
Because times are crazy. Or the young man yesterday, 19 years old. You go on a killing spree.
His whole life away.
You go on a killing spree in Memphis. For what?
Right.
What? Was that me?
Yeah.
That had to be Henry.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, I bet they could have heard that. But what would make someone, of course, is a demon. It's people are possessed.
Absolutely.
You have to be possessed with a demon to go.
Maybe it's the werewolves.
You right.
Boom.
You're right.
See?
It's the
I'm on it.
werewolves.
You know why I knew that? I had a vision. God told me.
I can't even believe this craziness. But demons possess people to say, go cut her head off and drag her in the street.
Yeah. No, he did it right in the street.
Yeah, drag her outside and cut her head off. That's a demon. Like, y'all don't understand that? Like,
Listen, that happened in our hometown not that long ago.
oh, yep.
A Muslim, they owned a TV station in Buffalo. Actually, right down the street from the Bills Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought she was cheating. He cut her head off. And his defense in court was, this is what my religion says I can do. And if we were back in my country, it would be totally okay. So you should let me go.
Yep.
And they said, oh, no, sir.
You're not in your
doing life
country.
in prison.
You're not in your country.
You are in America. This is
right. Wherever you from.
Wherever you from. Like, it literally happened. He's spending the rest of his life in prison right now.
You know, it's just, I don't know. Times are really crazy. And again, if we can't see that we're in the last days, I don't know what else to tell you. It said that false prophets going to increase in the last days. And I have seen such an increase. It's sickening.
Yeah. All you got to do is just go on Instagram. YouTube.
Type in God said.
Right. God said.
God said. And you're going to get this plethora of nonsense.
And Jesus, listen, God told everybody all sorts of contradictory things.
Yeah.
Like I could be
never
cool
the
with
same
it.
thing.
Yeah, I could be cool with it if everybody was saying God said, and it was all the same. But listen, one person says God said it's going to be red, another person said God said it's going to be blue.
Oh, and you know what? These people with the wealth transfer, they said that it was going to happen on August 31st. Wow. Or they said it on August 31st and that it was supposed to come to pass on September 2nd.
Man, well, I must have got missed.
And then there's people still following them.
Of course.
Like, okay, this didn't come to pass, so what do that tell you?
Right.
God said, you'll know my prophets if it comes to pass.
Right.
If it comes to pass. Anywho.
But listen, we're kind of winding down. Mm-hmm. So I hope that everybody learned a little something today. Patience.
I hope you were encouraged.
Hard work and prayer.
Amelia.
Fixes everything.
Yes, it does. Before I forget, Amelia, I just said I'm going to get your books and shout out your books tonight. But do not let me forget to do a video.
I won't.
Okay. So I'm just going to do the video. I keep forgetting, but I'm going to remember one of these good old days.
Listen, and life is short.
It's so short.
So enjoy this.
Enjoy it. Every bit of it.
Every second of it. The bad times, embrace them. The good times, embrace them. Spread love wherever you can.
Hold up. Speaking of love, because I was talking to Megan about this earlier. Speaking of love, y'all know I get on here and I say this often, but stop blocking your own blessing. Stop blocking your own blessings by being biased, by being hateful, by being nasty, by, just not loving people. Because again, I have been extremely blessed by people that don't look like me.
Uh-huh. Listen, we have a neighbor who's this little old white lady, white hair, old, and she sure enough shows up here constantly with little baby clothes that she buys because she's never had a granddaughter. And
yep.
she just buys it
yep.
for no reason.
Yep.
Zero.
All my neighbors.
Yeah.
They're all white.
Yep.
And they're like, when is your wife due? Because I'm never outside. He is. But again, a white couple blessed us with a crib 2 days this week. When was it?
Yesterday.
A white couple did that. Y'all block your own blessings by how you treat people. Listen, I've had white people. I hate to be so blunt, but that's what it is. Because I need people to understand you cannot be biased. You have to be pro Jesus. You cannot be pro black. You cannot be pro white. You cannot be pro gay. You cannot be pro any of that. You have to be pro Jesus in order to receive the blessings that he has for you. People have been showing up. People who do not look like me have been showing up here with stuff that we need.
That we don't ever tell anybody, nothing.
Don't ask. We haven't asked for
We
anything.
will happily go buy the stuff.
Nothing.
But we don't have to.
And even on down to school clothes. We had already gotten everything. For our kids, even in the midst of everything that we were going through. Our kids never went without.
Nope.
But my grandmother, she showed up. Tons of stuff for my kids. Out the blue. Out the blue. Like, y'all got to be careful how y'all treat people. And I'm going to always stick on that and stay on that.
Even the people that you don't care for, the people that have done you wrong. Listen, you don't have to befriend them. You don't have to be cool with them. No, let it go. Whatever it is they did, whatever slight it is they did, let it go. Move on. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, they ain't thinking about you. While you're sitting up there angry at them, hating them, still upset with whatever they did, they could care less. They're living their life while you're caught up in it. So let it go. Shake it off. Smile.
And sometimes it's best to take your hands off of situations. I was talking to Megan about this. Taking my hands off of situations has brought me so much peace of mind. It'll bring you peace of mind. Sometimes the things you cannot control, take your hands off. Let it go. Give it over to God and let him fix it. Okay? Because what I'm not going to do is stress myself out. I'm done with that. Like, stressing myself out gets me nowhere. It gets me angry. It gets me nasty. I don't want to be nasty. I want to have peace of mind. So take your hands off. Sometimes we are our own problem. How we react to things. We are our own problem. So.
Okay, so experience life. She said, how do you stop blocking your blessing? Because it's easier said than done when you've been doing it almost your whole life. That right there is an excuse. You can do anything that you set your mind to. If you make the decision and draw a hard line in the sand and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I've gone through all these things. I've dealt with them all. I am going to, from here on out, let all that go. And tomorrow when I wake up, it is going to be a new chapter. And when you mess up, don't dwell on the fact that you messed up. Say, you know what? I screwed up there. I may have just blocked my own blessing, but I'll tell you what, I learned from that mistake and I'm not going to do it again.
That's
and then
what
guess
life
what?
is.
When you mess that up and you do it again, you just say, you know what? I did it again. But you know what? I'm not going to do it next time. And eventually,
you'll get it.
You'll get it. The more you listen, everything, perfection is repetitive. That's all. You see all these people that have trained their whole lives, the best of the best boxers, the best of the best football players, Olympic athletes. You know what separates them from everyone else? Is they're willing to put the work in and the repetitiveness of everything. They will work on that same shot over and over and over again until they could do it with their eyes closed. When they first made that first, when they shot that first basket, they missed. I promise you they missed. But guess what? When they said, you know what, I'm not missing anymore and I'm going to put in the work and do whatever it is I have to do to make sure I don't miss. And they will literally sit there and go for hours.
That's true.
Doing the same
thing.
Exact shot over and over and over again. So when the time comes and they need to hit that, they can do it with their eyes closed.
Hello.
And you can do that.
Absolutely.
You are no different than any of them.
Absolutely.
Draw that line and say, I'm done. I'm tired of it. And when I mess up, I'm going to get right back on the horse and keep going. And when I mess up again, I'm going to jump back on the horse and keep it pushing.
And that's how it goes. And that that was the realest thing you could have said, because that's exactly how it went in my walk with Christ. I would fall flat on my face and I would say, oh my gosh, girl, when is we going to get it together? And eventually I just kept doing it. Like I would mess up, you know what, get up, girl. And keep getting back up. You have to get back up. You cannot stay and wallow in your mess. You got to get up. Okay? Because it's people depending on you to get up. I didn't realize that it was people depending on me even back then. Y'all don't know this, but y'all right here on this live, y'all was depending on me to get my life together back then.
Mm-hmm.
And had I not done it, you'll be deceived by people on YouTube telling you lies about who God is. I like to think that it's always a small amount of people who join these lives because I'm thorough. I'm telling the truth. You know what I mean? I've gone through these things. Not because I'm telling y'all, you know, false information. No,
Listen.
it's because I've gone through. I fell on my face. I've cried. I've done all the stupid stuff. And God still chose me. God is still choosing you. He waiting on you to get it together for somebody else, not for you. Not for you. When you feel that pull on your heart where God is like, okay, you got to get it together. You got to get it together. It's not for you. It's for somebody else.
Yeah.
What we just struggled through wasn't for us.
No.
That was for them.
Yeah.
And that's the harsh reality of it. It's kind of like, you know, really? Is this what we got to do, God?
Right.
You know what I mean? But what better way to help somebody else than to go through it and experience it?
When
You know?
when we first got married, I'll let y'all in on a little secret. I was a terrible husband. Horrible.
Wait, tell the truth. What you say?
I was a horrible husband. I had no. I saw the images of what a husband is through my grandfather, my father, my uncles, things like that. And you know, old school husbands are different
Yes.
than the new ones. And there came a point where I had to make a decision. I was either going to get divorced and be just a terrible ex-husband, or I was going to, no matter what, put the work in for my family, on myself, take a hard look at me, and point out all my deficiencies, and say, this is what's wrong with you. What are you going to do to fix it?
And I did the same thing.
And
Yep.
every time I messed up, I would either tell my wife I messed up, I'm sorry, and I'm not going to let it happen again.
You'll be like, I'm going to work on it.
Yep. And say,
And
you
I'm
know
like,
what?
I
I'm
can
gonna
work with
on
that.
I'm going to work on that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to work on it. And I every time and every day I made it my mission to be a better husband, a better father than I was the day before. And it doesn't have to be much. It just has to be a little bit. A little bit every day. And now here that I am 9 years later, not the divorced, terrible ex-husband, but the good, still working on trying to be a better husband and a better father every day, we're here. I'm here talking to you, telling you these things. And I'm not telling you these things, it doesn't do me any good telling you any of this.
Right.
I'm hoping that the dumb things that I did and the stupid decisions that I made, but I realized I made them and then did my best to change them. And I'm far from perfect, and I'm still not anywhere close to the husband and father that I want to be. But I can tell you right now, I'm a good husband. I'm a good father. I'm not the best,
Yes, he is.
but I'm good. And every day I'll continue to do my best to try to be the best. And that's all you can do.
And then, like, when a wife sees that, it's like, oh,
And
I have no choice but to just follow suit. You know what I mean?
and that just doesn't go for, that can go for anything in your life.
Absolutely.
If you put that into, and I looked at other men who I knew were successful husbands to try to see what they were doing. If you want to be successful in something, go find somebody that's successful in that area and copy them.
Yes.
Do exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
Because they are no better than you. They are no different than you. They put their pants on one leg at a time.
Just like you.
So figure out what it is they're doing and just emulate it. And keep going. Never quit.
Never. So we got some really good comments. When we were talking, Megan says, sometimes I train my attitude to be like, no matter what happens today, I'm going to be kind. I'm not going to get upset, especially when I anticipate a challenge. Yes. Like, it's all about this, your mental state. If you have peace of your mind, there's not too much that can really, like, move you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you have peace with who you are and you know, the decisions you're making and all of these things, you can't be moved. When you really planted by the rivers of water, you can't be moved. Ms. Vicky says, so are you wrong when you don't tell your sister who has been evicted from almost everywhere she has lived they can stay with you? Are you wrong for telling them no? No. I say no.
There's two ways you could look at this. You could sit your sister down and have a hard conversation. Mm-hmm. And I just read the bottom part of what she said.
Oh, I did.
And you can say, listen, mommy's not here anymore. Mm-hmm. And you're my sister and I love you. But this is what has to change. Mm-hmm. Listen, she might not even want to stay with you after you have this discussion. Mm-hmm. So you might not even have to worry about it.
And sometimes people, they need the hard truth.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to give tough love. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But, you know, if you want things to change or fix things, you know, sometimes you have to have that conversation. And say, listen, this is, you know, you can have X amount of time here, but this isn't a situation where you're going to be here forever.
Right. And then my thing is if it's going to mess with your peace, Miss Vicky, I say no. Okay?
Yeah.
Because listen, we work too hard on our peace. Again, like people take peace for granted, but when you have peace in your mind,
yeah,
and you worked hard at that, when you know you just coming out of a situation, or you know you used to be depressed, or you know when you have peace, you work too hard on it to allow anybody in your space to come and mess that up.
Yeah, no, and I just read the other thing. No, you're good. You
like,
need to, don't listen to me.
Child.
But you might want to have a discussion with her and be like, hey, you know, if you have that type of relationship with your sister, and say, hey, you know, you got a lot of things going on, you know, that you might or need to work on.
Right, and again, like,
I wish I could do something more to help you.
I know.
But I can't.
You are not anybody's savior.
Yeah.
The best thing that you can do for her is pray for her.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of times we stress our own selves out by taking on more than what we supposed to.
Yep.
Taking on more responsibility for what?
But see, here's the thing. Being that I don't know if she's the older sibling or not, but when you're the older sibling, because you're not, you're the middle. So when you're the older sibling, you feel like sometimes everything you take the role as the parent.
Yeah, I have felt like that.
And
plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but like with all my siblings, I've always been the parent. I was the parent at 16.
Yeah, I was a parent young too.
You know, so
taking care of twins.
Yeah, so it's hard to sometimes say no when, you know, but there comes a line where you got to be like, okay, I can't do this.
Yeah, no.
This is driving me crazy.
You know, loving someone has nothing to do with stressing yourself out.
Yeah,
letting them stress you out.
Yeah, take advantage of your
absolutely not
good nature.
Yeah, no. Again, I'm really big on peace Listen, if it's not peace in my home, then I don't have peace, and everybody gonna feel it. Am I right?
Yep.
Everybody gonna feel it.
Yeah,
So,
that's so true.
yeah, no. Peace.
So, Promise just said, I prayed to God for a new heart recently, and when I tell you that I've been getting annoyed, I wake up annoyed. The little things that my roommate does annoys me. It's beyond. Oh, it literally just signed me out. Does annoys me beyond. It's insane. It always seems like when you start praying for something, the total opposite starts happening.
I was just about to say that.
Yep.
You know what's crazy? It's almost like you ever heard of somebody be like, you know what? I prayed and I asked God for patience, and then everything started testing my patience. Yeah.
Yep.
When you ask God for something, you can't be like, okay, I want to be patient.
Yep.
And then when people start really making you mad and upsetting you, you can't be like, well, what is this, and cussing and fussing and like all of that. You asked for patience. So now God is giving you and putting you in situations where you have to be patient.
Yep.
You have to learn.
Yep.
You have to grow. He wants you to grow, promise.
Yep.
And, if you want peace, you have to take it.
Yep.
You want peace? Take it.
When you feel that there's a situation coming that you are starting to get annoyed, you need to say, "Oh, I know what this is." Go the opposite direction.
Exactly.
Even if you're in a situation where you're at home and something's starting to annoy you, go, "Oh no," and take off and go to the bathroom, close the door, and be like, "I'm not coming out until this situation is done."
Listen, you got to ignore people. Okay? That's what I learned. Having kids, oh no, you're not about to mess up my zen, my peace. No. That's not happening.
See, I'm super patient.
You are. And that's why we work, because I'm not. It's not that I'm not patient, it's just that I don't tolerate what you tolerate. Aw, thank you. Amelia. It's like I just don't tolerate what you tolerate. Your toleration level is here. Mine is way down there.
But guess what? I'm like that
with me?
you. Like,
no, you aren't.
Yeah, I absolutely. Well, you have no idea. How dare you? You are out of your mind. You have no idea what it's been the last 8 months with you.
Rightfully so.
And now things are starting to smooth out, and now you're in a different phase where you're not going on and on about ridiculous things. Now you're aggravating me on a whole new level with do this, do that, go here, do that. Husband, is that a little piece of hair I just vacuumed? I think I gotta vacuum again. Like, if you don't put that vacuum down, you're about to vacuum the tuft off the carpet. Like, you're about to vacuum this carpet right off. There's gonna be nothing but hardwood under here. So, but that patience came from knowing that things happen. People do things. Things go on. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and get myself all worked up. For what? Because it doesn't do anything. Mm-hmm. It doesn't help the situation. It doesn't solve it. I'm not getting annoyed. Right. Because guess what? Once you do something to annoy me, you're off doing something else.
Yep, promise.
And now I'm sitting here annoyed.
Exactly.
No. That ain't happening.
Promise, you want your peace? Take it. Take it. And when I say take it, I mean take it into another room or, go take a walk. Whatever it is you have to do, stop letting people bother you. Stop letting people irritate your spirit. That's something like I'm not allowing people to just irritate my spirit. Yeah. Like, and then when it does happen, I'm realizing, oh, okay, this is what's happening. Let me fix me. Yep. I look at me. Let me fix me.
You can't do anything with other people. You can't change them. Right. But you sure can change yourself. Mm-hmm. Even if you say, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it all. Yep. I am going to ignore every little bit. Yep. And then as time goes by, you start it you don't have to ignore.
Yep.
Because it stops affecting you.
Exactly.
So then
That's
you
the
can
thing
pay
about
attention to
peace.
it.
That's the thing about peace. You have to take it. You have to grab a hold of it.
Yep.
It's not gonna just happen.
Yep.
God's not gonna just drop peace on your lap. Oh no. You got to learn how to deal with people. You have to be delivered from people. Be delivered from people.
I am.
That's it.
I've gotten to the point where I used to react to everything. I would everything, in every emotion you could think of. But then I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm driving myself crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is all making me nuts.
Yep.
Now I can't do this.
Now what's the point? Mm-hmm.
Now I just walk through it all. You're not gonna build wall. What happens is things start building walls around you. And then the next thing you know, you're boxed in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get out now.
Yep. Now you all messed up.
Now you
depressed. Can't figure
I'm
out
not
why.
gonna allow people to build boxes around me. And then guess what? Those boxes start stacking up one on top of the other.
Then it's harder for you to get
Then
out.
it's harder to go.
Yep.
And all in the meantime, life is just passing you by. We're all going to be sitting there on our deathbed one day. And you're going to look back and go, all those things that annoyed me that I wasted my time on
Pointless.
weren't even that serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning that as I get older, that nothing is really that serious.
Yep.
Nothing. Unless it's cancer. Unless it's something that threatens my life, my wife's life, my kid's life. Nothing is that serious. I can get through all of it with a smile on my face. Or if not a smile, just not being bothered by it.
Not being depressed, about to slit your wrist.
Right.
You know, like, because what? Seasons change.
Always. The things that you're going through right now, when you wake up tomorrow, might not be going on.
Mm-hmm.
All the
Tomorrow
things,
might be the day you get your breakthrough. Boom.
and tomorrow might not even come.
It may not even come.
So you need to live like that.
Yep.
I've gotten to the point. I'm just living.
Yep.
I'm gonna not allow anything to bog me down. I'm gonna realize that my kids are gonna make mistakes and screw up and do dumb things, and all I can do is go, all right, you learned a lesson. I'm gonna help you out a little bit, explain the lesson behind it. I'll clean this up or help you or do whatever it is you need to do. But I'm not gonna get upset about it. So what? Happens. Now let's move on with our lives. Let's not dwell on it.
Yep.
I'm not going to bring up your mistakes.
And I'm a dweller.
Yep. Oh, yes, you are. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm going to move on past it. I'm not going to
that's
sit
something
there and
that I
say.
had to train myself not to do, was to dwell.
I'm not going to say, hey, you spilled a drink on the carpet, and then keep looking at the stain. See, there's that stain. You spilled it. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, you know what, you messed up. It's all right. I bet you ain't going to, do it again. And if you are, and if you do, oh well, you won't do it the next time. I still love you.
Not River. He gonna spill it every time.
River's
I just
gonna
yelled
spill
at
it,
him. Do you
break
know he
it.
was running through the house with a cup of juice
Of course.
earlier, and he got yelled at?
But that's what boys do.
Anyway,
boys do
so
things that make no sense, or boys do things that they haven't thought through. Even
Yeah.
grown men, they do that.
let me read this comment. Sis been putting him through it. It's the pregnancy hormones, but it's really not. Like,
It is. That's what she says.
first of all,
What's gonna happen is, see, you know what's funny? We sit around the table and all your brothers go, oh yeah, you were horrible with this one. You were horrible with that one. See, and then while she was pregnant, she goes, no, it's not. And then after the pregnancy and a couple of years go by, she goes, she'll be laughing. Yeah, I was. Like, that's how this is how this operates. Talk
But
to
this
her in 2
pregnancy-
years and she's gonna go, yeah, these hormones were nuts.
yeah, but this pregnancy was also different in a lot of ways. So
But it was also okay.
it was also better in a lot of ways.
I'm not. You know what? Don't even want to go down this because guess
Thank
what?
you.
It's going to be the opposite a couple years from now.
No.
Yeah, that's what. Okay. This is where you learn to just go. As a husband, you go, okay, and you keep it going.
Right, because you know why? You'll never understand.
And
You'll
I'm
never
proud
understand.
of you.
What you proud of me about?
I really am. You know what? Through this whole situation, and going through all these things and putting up with all this stuff, you have continuously, even if you fall short, you continuously try to wake up and do your best that you can do for you. Like, no matter what, you do. I can't ever imagine going through the changes and the things that you go through. I thank the Lord daily I don't have to bear children.
Man, what?
I have to raise them, but I don't have to bear them.
Yeah.
And to watch your body and the things that you go through and the things that you do, it is amazing. And then add on top of that the complications with things and all the doctor's appointments and the stuff that we've had to deal with through this pregnancy.
Yes, we have. It's been exhausting.
You are a champ. I'll give it to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, champ. From one champ to another.
So with that being said, I
Thank
hope
you.
that everybody learned something today.
I have one. Read,
What am I reading?
Okay, Megan. Every time I find an issue with something in my life, it always leads me back to me and my behavior in the relationship with God. He uses my own issues. Come on. He uses my own issues to issues with things to make me aware of my own issues. Yep. That's ain't it. We got to go through it. You know, was it on Finding Nemo where they said when you get to the trench, you got to swim through it, not over it.
Yep.
And then they didn't listen. They went over it, over the trench, and then they get all of these jellyfishes and the trials and tribulations was up there. All they had to do was swim through it. Yes, it looked ugly.
Yep.
It looked scary.
Yep.
It looked like, you get trapped up in there. The sight wasn't pretty,
Yep.
but at the end of the tunnel, you'd have been safe.
Yep.
But because you went over it,
Yep.
because you didn't do what God told you to do, now you have to deal with all of these other complications and trials and things that God never intended for you to do because you didn't listen.
Yep.
Swim through it. You got to go through the trial, through the tribulation.
Yep.
Don't try to find a way around it. So
It's
we're done
never
for
as
the night,
bad
right?
as you think.
We're done for the night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray. Should I show them? I'm probably still the same.
What? No, you are much bigger. Oh, you want to show him the picture?
How dare you? No, I want it to be a surprise.
You're no, I not bigger here.
I
Bigger.
know.
You
I know.
came
My
out.
stomach is
Yeah.
pretty much out.
Yeah.
Very much so. You know what? I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna take a picture and post it on YouTube. So we're gonna pray out. I love you guys. Lord Heavenly Father, I thank you. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. I thank you for your kindness. I thank you for your people. I thank you for these sheep that continue to show up. I thank you for using me, using us, using these people who you are calling to this channel. I pray that they may continue to grow and progress in their relationship with you, Father. I pray that they may not be deceived by wolves in sheep's clothing. I pray that they may have discernment. I pray that they may use wisdom. I pray that you would protect them as they come and as they go, Father God. I ask that you would protect all the children as they start school this school year, Father. We rebuke all assignments of the enemy. We cancel all school shootings and all of this craziness that is going on in the world, Father. Just protect us, keep us, guide us. In Jesus' mighty, holy, and precious name, I ask these things. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. All right. I love you guys.
And when we don't come on here, we still are thinking about all of you. We still discuss all
Absolutely.
of you. We still, you guys are always brought up.
Don't dwell is a lesson my deceased mom had taught me because she noticed that I had a habit of dwelling and not letting things and issues go. When you let go, it must be done without looking back at it. Come on. Come on. We got to stop dwelling.
Yep.
Listen, I'm
when it happens.
Prone to dwelling. I don't know if it's a woman thing or what, but dwelling is what
There's no point.
what I've done. You know,
There's no point. It
There's
happened.
no point.
You just move
let
on.
it go. Let it go. Amelia, again, I have to remember
I got you.
to do your book video.
I got you,
Please.
I got you.
Help me. I got pregnancy brain. Help me, Amelia. Please. What else? Oh, I want to give some bracelets away.
Okay.
I will be giving out more bracelets soon. I wanted to bring those on here too, but I forgot. So I'm gonna do that. I love you.
Lot's wife burned to death
because she dwelled on the past. Come on. We knew what you meant, Anthony. Come on now. We can't dwell. We can't keep looking back, okay? We got to move forward.
Listen, there was a comment he made a while ago that said that he loves telling people no. I'm like, me too.
He do.
Me too.
That's definitely you. You love to. I'm like, you didn't even think about it.
I don't need to. No. That's my first go-to. And then I'll think about it for a minute. And if it's no, it's still no. But if it's yes, or I was wrong, then I'll go and say, okay, you know what? Maybe we can. Or
oh, yeah, she did get turned into a pillar of salt. But I knew what you meant. All right, you guys. I love you guys so much. We're logging out.